Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, from everyone here at 2K Sports. Nothing like the NBA for Turkey Day. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, whose report and nothing to...
Well, the NBA changed the lottery odds in 2019 to encourage competition among its conference's least successful teams. But some want even more to be done. They call for eliminating the draft altogether. Another potential solution? A play-in tournament for teams 7 through 10.
Great, D.A., thanks. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Adebayo.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. They've got Victor Oladipo. Adebayo is out there at the roast. And it's Chapman at the 1. And for Los Angeles, up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Derrick Rose is out there with cool hands. And it's LeBron at the 3, the small forward. Now, the night before Thanksgiving, Clark, how many plates of food do you think you're going to put away tomorrow?
You know, I don't think about it in that regard, Kevin, but what I did love about Thanksgiving was gathering with the family. Obviously, the food was terrific. We typically did chicken and dressing or turkey and dressing along with all of the other fixings, but what I loved most was the day after, when you could have the leftovers, because as you well know, the leftovers sometimes can be better than the actual meal after they've had a chance to sit for a day.
Passes it to Oladipo. Now DeRozan. Lets it go from 11. 6 to shoot. Here's Shelton. The shot off that time, and it's the Lakers the other way. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one, and probably a tough pill for them to swallow.
And to lose it like they did, too. Wow, right at the end, man, it makes it even tougher to take.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even at a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Knocked away. Pass to Chapman. Fires it up. Nice shot from the wing. Chapman's got his second bucket of the game to go. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. In transition, here come the Spurs. DeRozan leading the charge. And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts. It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Chapman, the pass to Oladipo. Shot clock at 5. Here's cool hands and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg Drill's been watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
The first free throw is good. Jonah Bolden's checked in for LeBron. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Spurs leading by 3. Here's Chapman. From 11 feet away, Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Lakers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Cool Hands, guarded by Walker. Cool Hands passes to Bolden. Lays it up and banks it in.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
For San Antonio, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Pass to Stauskas. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And there's the pass to Okafor. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Walker. 3-pointers off the mark. The Lakers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Kept alive. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got his second bucket of the night.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
And pushing it out, here's Los Angeles. Outside Rose, passes it to Cool Hands. From about 19 feet, Okafor grabs the miss.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Walker's shot is off. The Lakers in the lead, stolen by Walker. Pass to Chapman. Off target with his 3. And Los Angeles guys shooting 44% overall here in the first quarter.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many players in the league who are going to sport a much better percentage.
And you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Bolden. Anthony comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And McLemore subbed in for Derrick Rose. Out to the wing. Here's Okafor. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Nice ball handling skills for a big guy. Okafor does a good job of maneuvering with the ball.
And Pula close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Lakers on top, leading by a point. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to nail clutch shots.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game, even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
Thanks for joining us in this Thanksgiving presentation of the NBA. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got Stauskas, Diallo out there with Okafor, and it's Zamanic in at the 4 spot. Walker surveying the floor. Pass to Diallo. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
And, you know, guys, the Spurs team dinner's the stuff of legends, just building camaraderie and getting to know one another and being orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. They enjoyed the finest restaurants and great food and drink, but the fellowship and camaraderie, probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
It's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Spurs. It's a three-point game. It's off to Utah for him after this one as they take on the Jazz. That matchup falls in the middle game of this three-game trip. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, that aggressiveness of Okafor on the glass, a high percentage score when he gets a second chance opportunity.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Clark, the act of getting dinner, sitting down to a meal, it's a team that brings people together.
It really does, guys, and I can't overstate it. When you get a chance to know your teammates off the court, it adds to your ability to play for them on the court. It can't always be just about grind, grind, grind. There has to be some compassion, some caring, some understanding, and sometimes the best places to do that are at restaurants with good food and good drink.
He can't get it to go.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
And a look now at San Antonio's upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll go up against the Jazz in Utah. Then on Sunday, they'll be playing the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Joe Ingles is checked in for Los Angeles. James comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Here's Shelton. A rebound by the Lakers. In this game, the first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
And on paper, you call them the better team, but they actually lost the season series against this group a year ago.
Yeah, it was a surprising outcome for me and you. But hey, sometimes matchups can play out a certain way. We'll see how they do tonight.
How do you think great coaches go about making that connection with their players?
Well, it starts with being candid and holding the player accountable. Great players want to and need to be coached. And great coaches find a way to do that effectively for that individual and for the team.
Here's Cool Hands. He's guarded by Diallo. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. You look at Minnesota, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top five.
And when you look at the Lakers, they made their presence felt right from the opening tip, taking matters into their own hands and showing no let-up.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. All right, we've got a bit of a break now, so here's a look at the league's best defenses. The Lakers, number 1.
Great defenders both individually and collectively. I mean, you can tell they really love accepting that challenge. They can stifle you at that end of the floor.
Jonah Bolden's checked in for Los Angeles. Rose comes in for Ben McLemore. Rose against Oladipo. On the basket by Rose. And now a 6-point Laker lead.
Well, you know, if you're the defense, that's all you can do. Rose is just a force on the offensive end.
Oladipo taking his time here. The pass to Adebayo. Outside DeRozan. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And they continue to control the ball.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Pass to Rose. Back to LeBron. Here's Cool Hands. 20 points for him last game against Golden State. And it's James missing. Spurs trail by 6. A wide open look here for Oladipo. Here's Shelton, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. 5 points in the game.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, you got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
Outside Rose. Has to Cool Hands. A rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Knows how to run a team, guys, and facilitate accordingly. Rose makes those around him better.
There's 48 seconds left to play here in the half.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
You can't just heave it, though. I mean, it's got to be a quality shot.
Here's Oladipo. And James pulls it down.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
I mean, maybe he could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's DeRozan. Holden pulls it in. Holden's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Cool Hands for 3. It's not going to go for him. And the first half is now in the books. Lakers lead by 8. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We did make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Look at Cool Hands in this game. He's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Cool Hands is out there with Rose. And it's LeBron in at the 3 spot. That's the Laker 5. And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan idolized Kobe Bryant, Clark, and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the Mamba. You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Back to Oladipo. 13 feet away. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Davis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Cool Hands. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
Here's Chapman, who's covered by Rose. And it's Okafor missing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Kuzma against Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Poked loose, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
A moment now to see the numbers for Cool Hands. He's averaging 28 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. Well, you know that he can put points up in a hurry, and he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, you know, I think he's got a great sense of how to keep their offense going and being productive. If somebody else is having an off night, then he kind of steps in and fills the gap.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
That's a two-pointer from Walker. That's good on the jump shot. Walker's got his first bucket in this one. Lakers leading by 8. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
Okafor inside. He's guarded by Davis. And it's Okafor missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And it's Davis missing. And Walker's got the ball here for San Antonio. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Ben McLemore. The Spurs have made 1 of 3 free throws in the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Myers Leonard comes in for Anthony Davis. And it's Carmelo Anthony in for Ben McLemore. Here's Cool Hands. He's got 24. It's stolen by Stauskas. Here's Chapman. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Chapman's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Hey guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
They get a hand on it. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Let's take a moment now, Kevin, to see how the Spurs are doing in the NBA statisticals currently.
And let me add a few words about all their steals. I mean, they bring that toughness and aggression defensively. You don't get to be a top 10 team in that category by accident.
Jonah Bolden's checked in for the Lakers. And Anthony gets it to go.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Here's Walker. That one doesn't go. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Here's Cool Hands. He can't get that one to fall. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. And Oladipo.
The bounce, the creativity, the strength. When Oladipo rises up, he's looking to punch it down as hard as he can.
Here's Cool Hands. Good.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
This will make 5 trips now to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
As a matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it. And fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
Walker with a clean look. Drills the three-pointer. Walker's got 7 now in this quarter.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Cool Hands passes to Bolden. Here's Cool Hands, guarded by Oladipo. Pass to Bolden. Here's Cool Hands, 5 on the clock. From the line. That one off the back iron and out.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Seems to get better every year from outside. Oladipo feeling comfortable pulling the trigger.
Here's the pass to Bolden. Here's Kuzma. No good on the last second attempt there. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Nobody holds the ball, not even 1001. You catch it, it's a shot, it's a drive or pass, whatever you got.
Specific instructions from Greg Popovich. If you don't have a clean look, don't have an open lane, move the ball.
Yeah, and the key is fast decision-making, and that takes great recognition from all five guys in terms of communication. That's really what we call chemistry.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the floor for San Antonio, starting the fourth quarter, they got Adebayo, DeRozan out there with Victor Oladipo, and it's Shelton in at the four-man position. Both shots good from the stripe. And Bam Adebayo, he just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. Los Angeles making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Clock at 4. The offensive rebound. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
And Oladipo has it in the corner. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
Spurs trail by 4. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Davis.
Boy, that's some hard work being done inside by Oladipo, earning a trip to the line with his physicality in the paint.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Cool hands. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Lakers. There's the lob to Oladipo. That evens the score.
You know, guys, this is not the first time we've seen Oladipo go off. I mean, he's a score-first guard and very aggressive.
Inside, here's Rose. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Passes it to Chapman. Back to DeRozan. To the inside. Here's Shelton. Rebound by Rose. Lakers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Cool Hands, guarded by Oladipo. Davis against DeRozan. Pass to Cool Hands. Bangs home the trifecta. Now it's a 5-point Laker lead.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Cool Hands really making a difference here.
Well, you know, he's destroying them right now, guys. This defense has to make an adjustment to try and cool him off.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Cool Hands.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
LeBron outside. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. DeRozan with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut down to just one on the basket from DeMar DeRozan. And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Oladipo on his face, and no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Cool hands passes to Rose.
Boy, Rose plays with an angry physicality, which is really hard to match up against.
Gets the first. Memphis with him up by 2. Okafor's checked in for Bam Adebayo. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 3-point game.
And nice work at the line. I mean, when the game's this close, you have got to cash in on those opportunities.
DeRozan scanning the floor. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
It's understandable that DeRozan was hurt when the Raptors traded him. He used it, though, in a positive way to motivate himself to playing at a high level in San Antonio.
DeMar DeRozan hits them both.
And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
To the middle. On the wing, James. DeRozan defending. 13 feet away. LeBron's shot is off. The Spurs have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. To take the lead, he takes it up and plays it in.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently, neither did the defenders.
Rose passes to Cool Hands. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Davis. Down low. Here's Cool Hands. A steal. Oladipo outside.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Rose finds James. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
When LeBron has it inside like that, I mean, it's almost impossible to stop him. Worst case scenario, he's going to get himself to the foul line.
And James drills them both. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're up by 1. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left to play in the final quarter. Now, here's DeRozan. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Clock at 6. And they double up DeRozan. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the centers. And he misses the second one as well, so he's 0 for 2 that time. Here's Cool Hands. Tiger! He drills the game winner!
Zero from the spot as he drains the game winner.
And Greg, he knew it was good when it left his hand. He started celebrating as soon as it got off his fingertip.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that push up behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Owens, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Hey, what's up? This is Kenny here, man. We got to talk about that game-winning shot. Incredible. What was going through your head before you got the ball and after you let it fly?
Man, if I'm telling the truth, I was just waiting, man, like everyone else. But I saw a bit of daylight, trusted my instincts, and that's what's like playing for this team, man. The city, they trust that I'm going to make the right decisions. I'm going to make the right basketball play.
Well, I'm glad you told the truth because I could tell you wasn't really sure about that shot.
Pick and roll defense is crucial in today's NBA, okay? And how you approach it says a lot.